of you guys for your lunchtime. I don't know who all pops on at the actual live, or if you're watching on the Surge Trader YouTube channel after it's recorded. But either way, kind of change a little scenery too, just to change it up a little bit. But wanted to dive in. I'm not going to waste any time today and not waste y'all's time. We'll dive right in on, of course, you already know, my beautiful gold. So I explained, and you can see my drawing. I explained what I was predicting, or what I seen on gold last week. I seen where the price failed to break this area, and then you could see it was just testing back and forth, tried to break again. This is what I like to call the nice little bear trap. And again, you see, remember, we have our heart line. And for any of you that are just coming on, or you haven't seen my strategy, you haven't seen the previous lives, I will go over this. I'll erase all these drawings, all my trades, and we'll go into it step by step and see how it is. But just wanted to show you how gold has been playing out. And let me just show you all this. This is the difference. Excuse me. This is the difference when you take high probability trades and you wait for patience. You have all your rules set in play and you got your trading plan. This is what happens. I don't know if you guys can see that. One trade, 2 scaled entries, or I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just say 5 scaled entries, 1 trade, pass the audition. I see you guys a lot of times, and I apologize, I feel like I'm real far away from the camera, but a lot of you guys, I put a post on my Instagram and I said, on average, how many trades do you guys take a week? And people were saying 50 to 70, 100 to 40. Guys, girls, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. If you are taking more than 20 trades a week, you have completely went against your trading plan. You have completely went against the trading rules. You went completely against everything. Because when I see someone's trading history and it shows me that, I automatically know you're over trading. You're over trading. You had a loss. You're revenge trading. You're taking all that stuff that you were supposed to put into your trading plan and you just threw it out the window. It don't matter. I'll make it back. If it's a loss, I'll make it back. No. You're spending your hard-earned money trying to pass auditions. You're trying to fund your accounts. Why are you not taking this seriously? Why will you not take the time? You've whatever it took, whether you're working, you had to go through the process, go through the hiring process, go through the not the initiation, but through the process of learning that skill before you could do that job. You didn't just jump right in it and then just tell your boss to screw off or whatever. No. So why do you do it in trading? Why are you taking something that you had the capability to make more money than any other? There's nothing in the world that can scale you like trading. Day trading, whether it's in stocks, currencies, commodities, whatever. There's nothing that compares to it. You've seen over the last 4 years or 5 years, the Bitcoin ride, where you've had 17 and 18-year-olds becoming millionaires overnight. XRP, like any of the crypto stuff you've seen. We're living in a day and time where you can literally 10,000x your initial, starting balance off the tools that we have now, like with Forex. Again, Forex trading, crypto, anything like that. But listen to me, please. You cannot expect to just hit a home run every single time. You can't. Excuse me. You guys have got to, number one rule, risk management. If you're going to wipe half your account with one trade, you can cut your trading journey out right there. Because if you can't get past that, you're never going to be able to learn how to scale in. You're never going to learn how to be consistent and sustainable with trading. If you're looking for a ballpark trade, it's not going to happen. Not saying that it doesn't happen. Not saying that it can't happen. Look, gambling, sometimes we always get to have that one home run that completely shifts the momentum, and you're like, oh, this is real. You know, this could happen. This could really change my life. But then you go to that next point and you use the same risk and you wipe all your profits and your account. That's how that works. That's why risk management is so important. You cannot be risking your entire account off one trade. For me, I'm a swing trader. I look for high probability trades. I'm sorry, they're having a meeting over here if y'all hear that background noise. But high probability trades, that's what we're looking for. This is where you want to have patience. So risk management, trading plan, rules of entry and exit. That's really about it. That's it, guys. High probability trades, having patience. Like, you guys overcomplicate things so much. I'm telling y'all, I've shown y'all, I've passed, I think 9. I've been with Surge, I want to say 3 months now. I passed over 9 challenges, 9 editions. Not because I'm better than you or because I'm better than anybody else, but I look for high probability trades. I look for trades that are going to 10x my risk, meaning if I have a 40 pip stop, I'm looking for a 500 pip reward. And that's it. That's it. There's no special secret, nothing like that. This pill's pissing me off. But there's no secret. There's no secret. Anyways, okay. So let's dive in. Okay, I'm just going to remove all my drawings. No, let me do this because I like having my trades on. Let's go to forex.com. Point. Remove this. I'm sorry, remove all drawings. Remove drawings. Now, I'm going to go over my simple strategy that I use every day, every single day. If I'm looking for a trade, you know, if I'm in a trade, I'm just holding it, you know, stuff like that. This is what I do. This is how I trade for the last 7 years, almost 8 years now. This part has never changed. It's just I tweak it. I keep tweaking to where I'm trying to perfect and master my craft. So, starting from the monthly, I go to the candlesticks. This is on TradingView. I go to the candlesticks. I go to the line chart, and I scale price down to where I can see current price. And I look for the window of current price. I do not care about all the way down here at September 8th or of 2008. I don't care. I look for where current price action is. I put my lines on peaks and valleys. I'm gonna blaze through this. I want my lives to be 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes max, where you get a nice little bit of information, lock it in your brains, and we're on to the next day. So I'm going to show you in 5 minutes how easy this is. Peaks and valleys. I'm just looking for the peaks and valleys of where current price action is. I don't want to overcomplicate my chart. I don't want to make everything look crazy on my eyes. I don't want to make it where it's straining. Okay, monthly's done. Maybe could put another one there, but nope. I'm going to go down to the weekly. Still looks pretty good. I could probably put one right here and one to balance it out right there. And maybe we'll put one more right here. Realistically, I could remove all this crap. I'm just going to put this here just because it's pissing me off. All right, boom. That's enough. That's enough. Let's remove these because we don't care. Now, I have my lines. What you can do, I don't do this all the time, so you don't have to do this, but what you can do is we're creating our peaks and valleys. We're also going to go from a very peak, and we're going to do our little bullish trend line here. Just simple. And where is our low? I would say right here. So we'll do this. And now we have parameters all the way back from 2020 to now, where current price action is. We have our bullish and our bearish. This is like the monumental trend lines. That means if price breaks this, it's going to be a monumental shift. If price breaks below, monumental shift for the bearish momentum. So, go into the daily. Still looks pretty good. You're just doing like you do top-down analysis to where you can see a clear indication on what price is doing, what direction it's been. We automatically know from the weekly and monthly. Price is in a massive bullish run. You guys know this. Obviously, we see this huge run, and then gold does its little pullback, and now we're back up to where it is. Again, I do not use moving averages. I do not use Fibonacci's. I do not use all the craziness, Fugazi, whatever it is you want to call it. I don't use all this craziness that new traders are bringing into the, not saying that innovation isn't good for trading, but a lot of you guys, you will take bits and pieces that you can familiarize, you feel comfortable with, and you're like, oh man, that really works well. I'm sorry, there's like a trash truck outside, but Lord, but you're taking things that do not matter. All you're doing is trying to add confirmations. You guys love that word divergence and all that stuff. You're trying to add the confirmations and the divergence and all this craziness and chaos that doesn't matter. You're trying to paint this picture that doesn't exist. Just base your trades off current price action and go off that. Don't counter trend trade because that's dangerous. Try to go with the trend, and it's literally that simple. Follow the trend, reduce your risk, high probability trades. Sounds so complicated, doesn't it? That's why a lot of you guys don't listen to me, because you think it's too simple. Like my trading strategy is too simple. No way it could work. I can show you difference. I can show you my accounts is different. I'm just putting that because I see aesthetically it just looks better. Okay, so have our line charts. We have our trend lines. Now let's go to the daily. Now we could do this, just create a new, because this is the low for this time frame. To right there, and then we still have that. So price can do this ping pong back and forth. Just gives us some parameters. Just gives us where we can kind of guesstimate what price is going to be doing, where we can go, where we can watch it, what we can wait on if we're looking for swings and stuff like that. All the way down to the 4 hour, and we still see price has been playing out pretty well. All right, looks good. Now I'm going to switch back to my candles, and you're going to see, remember, I didn't care about wicks, I didn't care about bodies, I didn't care about none of that. And you see how price plays so close to these areas. You see how price come down, wicked, body goes over, overlaps. You just see how I didn't look for any accurate, like crazy precision that a lot of you guys, you go too deep into your charts. I just bing, bang, boom, put the lines, seen where it looked decent, and that's it. And then what I look for is we automatically know. I'm just going to use this right here. We automatically know this was our massive monthly level. Okay, and again, same with this. So we have our parameters of what price could potentially do back and forth if we're looking for massive swings. Last week, I believe it was, I explained what I was looking for. Oh, I'm sorry. I explained why I seen gold potentially reaching, at least retesting the lows, because of where price was and how many times price had touched this area and failed. 9 times out of 10, when price goes to an area that it has tested before and it had massive consolidation, 9 times out of 10, its first reaction is going to be impulse. You're going to have massive sellers come in and say, nope, we're not going to let price push this area. Boom, banks create liquidity. We go all this because you have massive buyers in this area as well, because they're anticipating price to break that momentum, break that level, and just continue like crazy. But remember, this is gold. I love gold. I live in the United States. I can pretty much judge not the value of gold, but just based off the economy and what I experience and what I see, and guesstimate on how gold is going to fluctuate with that based on fundamental U.S. news. So now we have gold playing out perfectly. Remember, this move right here is what I just passed another audition with. I don't even care about the accounts. I'm just trying to show you guys how much you overcomplicate things. All right. So we have our lines. Now, if your question is, okay, so what are we looking for? We've got our levels, we've got our lines, we've got our trend line. What are we looking for? Okay. Again, I already explained this. We have that bullish momentum, but we have our levels. when price touches certain levels, I look for rejection first before just breakthrough, unless there's crazy fundamental news. Now, for my strategy on my entries, I will show you. It's a simple break, hook, and go. And I'll show you this every time. If we're looking for buys and we're at a level and we don't see rejection, we see price break, hooks back to retest that once resistance level, now becomes support, and then goes. Just break, hook, and go. Simple strategy. So simplistic. I say this every single time. It's so simple. I use it every time I trade, and it works. Doesn't mean I win every trade. Obviously, I don't want to win every trade, realistically, because it creates that drive. It creates me. I'm steadily just sharpening my skills, honing down on my entries, my swings, getting just extremely confident in my levels and how I trade. Now, the markets are in on algorithms. Somewhere in the process, this could all change, and they could shift the algorithms to completely bypass all technicals. But remember, we are the liquidity. We as retail traders, we are what creates the liquidity, because not only obviously the banks hold the majority, but there are millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars from retail traders. And that's where the banks love to grab. Like when we're in a buy and price comes down, you're like, there's no way. Like fundamentals, technicals, everything's showing buy, price comes down. Banks are creating that pump and dump, or that dump and pump, whatever you want to call it. Boom, knocks all of our stops out. They just got all that liquidity, and then price goes exactly how we knew it was going to go. That's what the bank algorithms have the capability of doing. They can do whatever they want, but they know that they're going to make money off us retail traders. So, based off levels, I look for major rejection and a clear indication of why. So, on the 4 hour, doesn't show much. On the daily, we've seen this rejection here. This is where patience comes in. You're literally you're talking just a few pips of maybe a few hours of patience. Price literally touched that area, and then immediate rejection. Now, remember, break, hook, and go. Patience. Price comes through, couldn't pass that area, breaks this level, rehooks to test this area, and then boink. And this is where I see price retesting this, and then ping-ponging to something catastrophic, maybe an election, to create gold. It's just chaos, whatever it is. This is just what I see, and it's been successful. So argue with me all you want. All right, so we have our direction. We have this massive bullish momentum as well. We have this level to this level. Just this right here, without seeing that any of that bearish momentum, just seeing this push from here to there should have automatically told you, if you put your levels in, that price is going to reject this. Price flows in two directions, up and down. Even as a massive momentum up, it still comes back down as retracements. Even as a massive bearish momentum, it still comes bullish as a retracement. You just got to remember that. Identifying those areas, having your levels marked up, and then going with the direction that you were based off your stories, your trend lines, your levels, and the momentum of the trend. So I know this is a lot of information, especially if you guys are coming on new. It is a lot of information. It's hard to learn everything off one live. That's why I encourage you highly to go back and watch all my other lives. Go watch Lex's lives. Go watch all the team members that are on Surge, to where you can get a plethora of information, and then start funneling down what works for you and creating a strategy that works for you. Because just because this works for me doesn't mean that you wouldn't struggle to create something that works for you based off my strategy. I am myself. I trade off my phone. I don't use computers. I don't use anything. I literally learned off my phone. I worked at the railroad. I had to hide in the bathrooms. I had to hide on locomotives. I had to hide in the break room. I had to do everything charting up off my phone. So I didn't have the luxury of, not only one, having capital with funded account like Surge Trader, two, I couldn't be doing what a lot of you guys are doing. A lot of y'all work from home, so you have the ability to work off your monitors and stuff like that. So you're already a step ahead of me jumping into the game. But in saying that, my whole intention was, just because it's easy for me doesn't mean it's not going to take you time to gain some experience with my strategy or anybody's strategy, whether you're on YouTube or whoever. If I have some guests on live, you've got to put your chart time in. You've got to dedicate some type of effort, or it'll never work for you. No matter if you had the golden strategy, you'd still lose because you don't have the experience on how to react, all the emotions, everything that goes into trading. Technicals is one thing. The psychological level is it's 90%. 10% technicals. I know a lot of people, so let's say 8% technicals, 2% fundamentals, 90% psychology, 100%. All right. So going back, I know I'm all over the place. I apologize. I just try to get the most information I can out of y'all, or to y'all. So we have our levels. Me as a swing trader, I'm always looking for entries only at my levels. I have what I like to call the heart line in between levels, which is this area right here. Why do I call it the heart line? Because if you go to the smaller time frames, I'm going to just remove this. Excuse me. I call it the heart line in between levels because it's like the heart monitor. You have price that just beep, beep, beep. As an intraday or scalper, this is where you would want to take trades. Me as a swing trader, this is where I want to take trades. Because you see, look at the noise here and look at the noise here. Very different, very significant. You see these rejections. You see, now this was fundamental news, obviously. You're talking 200 pip gain right there. But you see these areas. I'm just pinpointing why I like swing trading. Because you don't have to look. You don't have to look for all these crazy chaos of confirmations and all this stuff. You can say, you know what? I'm looking for, okay, perfect example. Remember break, hook, and go. Break, hook, and go. Break, hook, go. Price broke. Price hooked. We put our 40 pip stops. 64 to 68. Let's just do that. And we're going to the next level. We're going all the way down. We're swinging for the home runs, baby. 40 pip stop to a 1897. I don't even know what that is. That's like 1,000 pip gain. Let's see how it plays out. Go to the smaller time frame. You'll see a better story. Price breaks, retests, comes down. Now again, doesn't always. This could be a loss. I don't even know if 65. Yeah, that's not 40 pips. Sorry. 64.80 should be 69. Huh? Yeah, my math ain't mathing today. I'm sorry. Anyways, I look for my entries on these areas because it's so much easier to identify. As a scalper or intraday, remember, going back to these, you can go to the smaller time frames and you can take entries off this because you're looking for those trades. Intraday scalper, you like a little bit more chaos. Gage was on here. He loves the 1 minute time frame, which is crazy, but I understand it because on the 1 minute time frame, there's no other. I almost think he said he went lower than 1 minute, like into the seconds, but I don't remember. But in the 1 minute time frame, there's no other way to view it. Like it tells you candle by candle what price is doing. Now it's harder for me to judge the greater picture on the 1 minute time frame. That's why I enjoy the higher time frames 100%, because you can gauge, you can judge how price is going to react. I see just based off a little bit here. Excuse me. You have bullish run, noise, bullish run, noise, bullish run, noise, bullish run. Boom. A lot of y'all, I've never even talked about this, but it is a good thing to learn, is Elliott waves. Highly recommend at least just reading about it, because it does explain a lot about the waves and flow of the market on any currency pair, any commodity, any metal, anything. It just explains how the market flows. Doesn't mean, again, that it's always right, but it just gives you just broadens your knowledge a lot about trading. So I see all these waves, boom, 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 and there's no real pullback. So again, just, if you want 5 confirmations of what you're looking for, we hit, we couldn't break, we hooked, and we go. Price even retested. Now this is a lot of these, because you're going to be looking for you're going to be looking for a absolute perfect structure. Price could literally retest this 20 times and move sideways before it does its initial move. That's the part where we don't know. We don't know. We're taking educated guesses, literally. Like I say all this stuff, but we don't know. I'm just using my past experience, what has created success for me, past and present, and that's what I'm giving to you. Doesn't mean, again, I'm going to reiterate this many times, does not mean that you will not have losses. I encourage you to please get over the mindset that you're not going to have losses, that you're not going to have days of drawdown, that you're not going to have those rough days. You just got to remember, when you are in those moments, when you're having a losing streak, if you've had 3 or 4 losses and you've didn't use proper risk management, you've almost about to blow your account, it costs you nothing to just pull away from the market. You guys are trying so hard, and I understand, like, obviously 99% of us, we trade to create that financial freedom for us. But you got to remember that you can't fast track it. It's not the lottery. It's not. No matter how many influencers on Instagram or social media, whatever it is, tries to make it look like, it's not. And I hate that about social media, because it creates this false image for a lot of you coming in expecting to learn it overnight, because that's, they sell this beautiful course, this, that, and other. And then it takes you years of losing everything, possibility, or potentially losing so much more, because you don't understand. It creates a financial burden. It creates an emotional burden. It creates all these things that you had no idea existed inside of you when you start trading. And I'm not trying to deter you. I'm just saying you have to go in with the correct mindset, knowing that there's going to be bad days. It can't always be amazing sunny days, because if it's like that, then you don't appreciate anything. Now, obviously, it would be amazing. Like, every trade I took was always a win. Of course. But you got to take the bad with the good. It helps you to appreciate the times where everything's going right, and when things are going wrong, just got to recalibrate. With trading, you guys see, if you ever watch my Instagram's Imperial FX Academy, I'm at the beach almost every other day. Why? Because although trading has not necessarily become easy for me, I'm just experienced enough to where I know how to handle it. But it still affects me psychologically to this day. Even with my friends, they're like, "Man, you okay? You good?" And it's just because I have numbers going through my head constantly. I have, wonder what gold is doing. I wonder what this is doing. I wonder what I want. That's the way my brain works. And a lot of you have to be, it's almost a level of insanity that you have to become truly successful with trading. But what I'm getting at is, I go to the beach. Like, that is my peace. That is my God time, where I show my gratitude. And it's just my peace. I can't explain it any better. But the one thing I'm not doing while I'm at the beach is checking my phone, checking my trades, checking my price, because I know, like, if I push past my barrier of mental capacity, what's going to happen? Boom, I'm going to hit an area of depression, regardless if I'm doing wins or not. It's human nature. You too much dopamine, you're going to crash. And So I try to keep that life balance. Read books, like I have beautiful my two boys. Spend time with my children. Spend time with friends. Come hang out with people at the pit. Like, you've got to remember that in order to be successful trading, please don't think that having your head in the charts every day, 24 hours a day, is gonna give you that extra step, or give you a fast track to success. Because what is realistically going to do is it's almost going to hinder your success, because you're going to overload your brain with too much information. It's like the air traffic controllers, how the high stress jobs, they have to have it's lawful to have a certain amount of time off, because we as humans cannot handle that much stress. So remember, take time off. You're having a bad week, you're having a bad day, it's okay. If you're a trader, you've experienced it. Just got to remember, take a step back. It's been 30 minutes, so guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut this short. I appreciate all y'all's time. I hope that you all appreciate everything I'm showing. I'm just going to smaller time frame and look at this. Yep, see prices moving sideways, and sometimes even on the smaller time frames, I like to do this just to say, okay, if price won't break this, I'll just close the trade immediately. Or price breaks this, we see that price is going to continue this area. That's just something I do if I'm watching a trade. But anyways, I love y'all. I hope y'all have a wonderful week. You can message me on my Instagram if you ever have any I'm sorry, if you ever have any questions, or leave comments on here if you want me to go over something like what's the process of me going through, or how do I pass my challenges, what do I look at this, what do I do, like if anything and everything, please leave in the comments. Message me personally, I don't care, but it gives me the fuel and the content to produce the next live. So anyway, love y'all, hope y'all have a wonderful week, and I am